Potsdam, New York. -6 degrees. I think it went down to last night. We did get the heater installed, but we didn't get out here till about midnight. So we came out to a friend's house and was going to test it. That was the whole thing. But be prepared, right? Prepare for the worst. You got to come out here to Potsdam, hang out with a friend of mine. And spend the night in my vehicle. That was the game plan. But by midnight, it was already so cold that the fuel lines had frozen because I put diesel fuel in the tank instead of kerosene. I was told that it would be fine, even though I was kind of warned that the diesel fuel could kind of fill up. So we got to burn through some of this diesel fuel today and put some kerosene in it. I guess you can mix that up. That'll help it to not gel up like that because it was so ridiculously cold last night in this car, the old camper car, that I couldn't even stay in the camper car. So I'm glad I kind of tested it out last night. Because we would have damn froze without a doubt if I'd have tried to stay in this thing last night. But I hope everybody in YouTube land's doing well. We're going to prepare well for the journey to come. I'm going to get a cup of coffee in me and start the conversation. Tree Farmer, good morning, Tree Farmer. Double tap that screen there, boss. It's good for you. Yeah, the heater didn't work out so well last night, Tree Farmer. It was so cold last night. I believe what happened was the kerosene solidified a little bit, is what my buddy said could have happened. It turns into like a gel, and then it won't pump it because it was so cold. He did mention something about using kerosene, and then he was like, no, don't worry about it. You'll be fine with the whatever. I'm hoping it's just that it got so cold last night that the fuel kind of froze up, because if I was on the road, I'd have been an SOL last night for sure. I'm glad I took the test run to be prepared this morning. But as Al would always say, let's hope for the best, prepare for the worst, right? That was last night what it was about, giving it a test run, getting out here and seeing if the heater would work. The night before it worked great in the driveway all night long. It stayed 60 degrees inside my car all night long the night before for about 16 hours, too. Like, I freaking had that heater on for about 16 hours. Went through about a half a gallon of diesel fuel to heat this little area in 16 hours. So I could deal with that. I'm just hoping what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna let it. I don't want to turn it back on yet. I'm gonna let it get warmed up in here, and hopefully some of that heat will make its way back into the trunk to the pump. Kind of warm it up good, and then we'll go to turn it on because it did not want to kick on yesterday. The pump kept pumping and it wasn't igniting, and it was a horrible thing. But how are you doing today there, Tree Farmer? Anybody else have any suggestions about that heater, what it could be? I really think it's the kerosene. I was told that, or the diesel fuel. I was told that diesel fuel could like solidify and turn into like a gel at certain temperatures. If you know anything about that, I don't. That was my buddy said, but he said, nah, don't worry about it. You don't need to put kerosene in there. He said, just use diesel fuel. Because I guess it'll run off both. There's an additive you can put into it? Okay. I'll have to keep that in mind because the tube that comes off the tank is so tiny that I believe that's what happened. Is it get in that tube? I even tried to like rub the tube and heat it up, but it was so cold out last night. I was like, that man. I just went back inside and slept at my friend's house. That was the point of being prepared, right? Coming and test riding in my friend's parking lot over here in Potsdam today, was making sure that on this trip we're not going to be stuck somewhere and freeze because the little heater unit that we installed that's in my shorts didn't kick in, because the night before it did, and we went well. But feel free to double tap that screen. We're surviving out here in the old camper car, the old Dodge Avenger here, that I ripped the back seats out of, put a foam mattress into the trunk. We do have a bunny cage over there, because this time around we are taking the chunky bunny with us. Not yet though. He's not with us yet. But yeah, it's about doing the best we can to prepare the best we can to the best of our ability to negate the struggle that will ensue. It is life, ladies and gentlemen. There is absolutely an additive you can put in. Yeah, and it's absolutely ridiculously cold up here in Potsdam, New York, by the border of Canada today. Like I said, last night at midnight when I came out here to start the heater, Sports and Clips. Hi there, how you doing this morning? It's good to see you. You know anything about kerosene heaters? We did install a really awesome camper heater in here in the trunk the other night, and we're having some issues with it, but I'm going to let it warm up in here first, and then I'm going to try to get that heater going again. Hopefully enough warmth will get back there to heat up the pump and the lines. I don't know about that little line that's out running outside from the tank. If it'll get warm enough to kind of start pumping through, maybe I should go and like rub my hands on it out there. Big Brown, what's up? Big Bro with the switch. Big Bro with the switch, what's up? Big Bro, how you doing today, brother? It's good to see you. We're pushing forward, compassion, love, and hope and appreciation in our heart this morning inside the old Dodge Avenger camper car here that we're testing out to take for our next run and adventure that will be coming up soon. Enjoying a cup of coffee and a smoke as I get ready today. Got it. Got the car is finally starting to heat up to warm it up in here. It's always shenanigans. It's always shenanigans. My buddy called me like 9 times this morning because him and his daughter stay at my house because they're gonna like be at my house here and there watching it while I'm gone. And I had a fan in the window when I left. I told them not to leave it in the window. I put it in the window because there was smoking in there. And they left the fan in the window overnight, so it was cold this morning. My buddy took the fan out of the window, and then his daughter decided to put the fan we have a gas fireplace, and his daughter put the fan at the fireplace and blew it out. And then they all woke up freezing, and then the bathroom wouldn't work, and he called me bugging. And I had to try to explain to him how to get it. It's not too complicated, but it is a little bit of a pain in the ass to get that thing running. So I guess day one away from the house wasn't so successful for the house either. But good news is we are headed up to the Mohawk Nation, get some good medicine. We're going to go to an ice castle today, which would be awesome. There's an ice castle at Saranac Lake. Feel free to Google it. It's good to see everybody insupported. Big Bro, how you doing today, brother? How do you prepare for the worst? You stay mindful, stay appreciative, stay hopeful and open and mindful. With something like this, do you know anything about diesel? I'm pretty sure like the tree farmer said there's an additive you can put into that diesel to kind of unsolidify. I'm going to have to go get some of that. Where can I get that additive at? I can't read your name, Snake. It's good to see you, brother. I'm glad you're in. Okay, well, I got more borrowing money text messages coming in. We're busy. We got things going on here. There's always something going on in somebody's world, right, brother? Tree farmer, Walmart, okay. Will that help, like, with the, like, just put it in there and it'll mix in with it, maybe? I guess help with the... Well, we're in the midst of something. We're having a conversation here. So I'll have to get to Walmart. We're going to prepare ourselves today and move forward. It's going to be a blessed journey. God damn it, I wish I could just wake up. My phone's been blowing up since I woke up this morning. I'm sure my house is freezing. The toilet wouldn't even work this morning, I guess, at my house because it was so damn cold. Because, yeah, the heater went out, and it's a trailer. And you can't put a fan blowing at. I usually put a fan right on top of it. Like I set it on top because the fan's broken in my gas heater at the house. I don't know. But we're going to be prepared today. We're going to push forward the turtle herd. We weather the bird together here, guys. Slow and steady, nice and easy. Oh, let's lay back a little bit. Take a little break. Get some nicotine. Get some caffeine in us. Oh, Jesus. Relax a little bit. My memory foam mattress and my memory foam pillow back there are solid because it was so cold last night. But at least we stayed at a friend's house to test out this heater. And I think we'll have to get some of that additive for the diesel fuel. Thank you for the heads up. People put in kerosene as an additive. So that's what my buddy said too. He briefly mentioned that yesterday. He said, man, maybe you should put kerosene in it. It's going to be cold. He said, nah, don't worry about it. You'll be all right. And then I get in here last night and the pump just keeps pumping, and then it glitches out and won't work. And I tried it multiple times, hoping that it could probably get it to start working. And it didn't start working. Yo, Scott, good morning. Hello, chat. Did the heater work? That's what we're talking about last night. Last night it did not. We put kerosene in or diesel fuel in it last night. And it was so cold up in here in Potsdam, New York, right on the border of Canada, that, that it gelled up the kerosene, or the I can't even think yet. It gelled up God damn it, I can't even think. The diesel fuel. And then we ran into an issue last night with the diesel fuel working. Yeah, I know it sucks, but at least we tested it out here, right? Prepare for the bet, or prepare for the worst, right? Expect the best, but we came out here to a friend's. We're going to go get some good medicine today at the Mohawk Nation. Prepped up and ready. We're going to go see an ice castle today. It's going to be absolutely exciting. I'm letting the car warm up right now, and we'll test it again together. Once the car warms up, we get some heat back into the trunk. I'm hoping that that'll be enough with it not being in the middle of the night and negative, ridiculous degrees out last night. Hope everybody else out there is having a nice warm morning in YouTube land. How are you doing out there? I'm sure it's not so great in Ohio. Yeah, so kerosene, I guess, is a good additive as far as Tree Farmer was saying, and you can also, there's an additive you can find at Walmart, Skate Bro 9299. What's up, Ski Bro? You out there skiing today? It's good to see your face. It's good to hear from you. You're pushing forward, you're prepared for the worst, expecting the best to the best of our ability as we are here today in this frozen camper car. We installed the heater in. That necessarily didn't work last night because it was too damn cold. That works, right? That's my luck. Skiing, awesome, brother, good. I'm not skiing today. We're going to be headed to an ice castle today in Saranac Lake in upstate New York, up in the Adirondacks. It's about an hour away from here. My niece and her husband are going to meet us there. It's going to be an absolute blast. We're going to give thanks today to a God of your understanding to the best of our ability. And it's going to be an absolute fun day, brother. I'm hoping that we can get this heater to work that's in the trunk. So that I really wanted to stay in here last night to give it a test run. I'm not leaving on the next trip until I get one solid night in this somewhere safe where it works all night. Be prepared, right? So, despite the fact that I'll have the heater in here, I do have a sleeping bag, another blanket that I brought inside. We have this sleeping bag wrapped around the mat, and then there's 2 other blankets wrapped around the mat. So if I do end up somewhere where the heater doesn't work, I can bundle myself up. We will have a chunky little bunny with us, so to make it complicated. Because I've took it up camping with me before, and he likes to cuddle right up next to me, but then he likes to chew holes through the blanket and stick his nose through it. So it's like I can't have him chewing holes through my sleeping bag and whatnot. So I really got to figure out a way to keep it warm in here. Chris Brown, is that the Galactic Avenger? This is the Galactic Avenger, good sir. We are in the Galactic Avenger. Giving the old heater a test run that failed last night because it was so cold. I should have put some kerosene in the tank instead of just the diesel fuel. I'm assuming it solidified. The pump was working, but it was overworking and then shutting off and glitching out. M Dizzle, the Mike Drizzle, the OG Drizzle, M Dizzle. It's good to see you this morning, MD. We're talking about hope, appreciation, love, as always, right? We are the turtle herd. We weather the burden together. And this morning's absolutely freezing. Thank God we got the car running and everything's working working well today. Besides the heater we put in the trunk, which I'm hoping now that it's daytime and it's not negative 37,000 degrees out there. I'm concerned about that 8/8 inch line because that's probably where the the kerosene solidified and clogged it up. So, but we did the best we could, and we came out to a friend's house to test it. And here we are, sitting in the car, having coffee with you great people this morning, waking up, feeling alive, feeling appreciative, feeling hopeful for the day to come. A friend of mine is blowing me up, needs to borrow some cash, they'll survive. We're going to have a conversation and appreciate ourselves to the best of our abilities. It's hot here in Australia, hot, hot, hot. Well, it was negative goddamn a billion degrees last night here in upstate New York, right on the border of Canada. We're probably about 40 minutes from the border because the nation here, the Mohawk Nation actually is partially on America and partially in Canada. You can drive right onto the nation, and there's about 150 dispensaries up here. We go to one particularly where we get crazy killer deals. Where in Australia? Tree Farmer asks. Welcome to the, please double tap the screen, W says. Show your love, show your support for our camper car adventure here. We will be taking Bun Bun. So we did get to at least organize the car last night. There's the beds in there. We got it set up in a way where we can have Bun Bun's carrier so he can use the little bathroom in there. I'm going to leave that thing open when he travels with us, so he can kind of hop around the car to the best of his ability. And I really got to get that heater rolling because I can't have him trying to cuddle up inside the blankets with me, chewing holes through them. To make sure you stay in the shade during a hot weather, Chris. Yeah, Chris, stay in the shade. And I'll try to stay in the sun here, brother, in the tundra in upstate New York on the border of Canada. I'm glad I did take this little trip, though. I'm glad that we came up to see a friend. First of all, going to see that ice castle today, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And we're going to stay positive and appreciative. I tried a handful of times to start that heater last night because I wanted what I wanted, right? I wanted to stay in the car last night, and it was going to work. And hopefully I didn't try it too many times and blow the little engine out. I don't think I did. It seemed like it was trying. Don't have food, brother. Why is that? Are you struggling? Because we don't want you to struggle, tree farmer. I don't know if you thought about food stamps or you get those SNAP benefits. If you're struggling and you're a veteran, brother, I don't want to see you go without food. Food pantries aren't something to wave your nose at or anything. It's not something to be, too proud to take some food from a food pantry. And there's always food pantries around you willing to help. I know in Syracuse, when I was younger and struggling, I called a food pantry, and actually they weren't even open, and the lady came to my house, picked me up, took me to the pantry, let me go shopping at the pantry, and then took me to the grocery store and bought me milk and stuff that we didn't have because we were struggling. So, tree farmer, don't be afraid to reach out to your brothers and sisters this morning. Tommy, it's so good to see you, brother. You're just in time for the shit show. It's just warming up in the camper car. We couldn't get the heater to work last night, so it was too damn cold because I didn't put any additive in the kerosene or the diesel. I should have just put kerosene in it; it wouldn't have solidified. But these are the things that happen. That's why we expect the best and prepare for the worst, right? That's why I came to a friend's house to kind of prep up to see how well it would work for us last night. Tree farmer, thanks for thinking of me, but I don't qualify for any assistance, either state or federal. The worst part is VA told me I'm not eligible for any of the 143 here in Kentucky either. Well, so here's the thing, man. There are food pantries, and if you are struggling, they're not going to turn you away, man, if you're willing to ask. I suggest that, even though you don't qualify for those things, to reach out and Google food pantries near me, tree farmer. You need to stay fed, brother. We need to make sure that you stay fed. If you're struggling like that and they're telling you that you make you probably make $1.50 too much to not get $200 a month in food stamps. So instead of taking the $1.50 out and giving you the difference, they'll just tell you to go yourself and figure it out, right? That's how our government works. As soon as you make $1 too much, they'll tell you make too much, and then you don't, and then it's like, if I made $1 less, then I'd qualify for $200 worth of food stamps and all this help. If I make $1 more, and you're telling me I don't qualify for this hundreds of dollars worth of help that'll actually help me survive, right? Tree farmer, morning, guys. Don't have a tree. We don't have the Salvation Army here. There. Do they have a Salvation Army there? Yeah, that might be a good place to look. I think that Googling food pantries would be the best thing that you should do, man. And don't feel too proud for that, man. These people are here to help, brother. If you don't have any food in the house, that's what it's there for. Like, we all get so full of pride for ourselves that, like, well, I don't need that and this and that. Well, if you're hungry, bro, that's what it's there for, man. You shouldn't be hungry, tree farmer. You should not have food, brother. I'm glad you got coffee, but you should be able to feed yourself on a day, you know what I'm saying? And if you can't, you should be able to lean on your brothers and sisters, man. I wish there was something I could do there for you, tree farmer. You deserve to be able to have a meal in the morning, Grassroots places I could go, but I don't have a car. Yeah, well, that's hashtag tree farmer, man. Yeah, hashtag tree farmer. Maybe if you call these people too, and be open, man. Chat with them. With me, I called them and I was open with them, and I didn't have a vehicle when they came and picked me up when I lived in Syracuse somewhere. Maybe there'll be someone who'd be willing to come bring you some food or bring you to the food pantry if you called the church that runs the food pantry or something like that. For now, the VA tried for 4 days straight to get me emergency temporary for the hospital, but failed. So now I'm waiting for the cabin for a show up tomorrow. Well, I'm glad that things are moving forward for you there, Tree Farmer. I'm glad there's something going on. You know, you deserve to withstand in a positive way, especially being a veteran. Brother, I appreciate you deeply. I mean, everybody deserves to eat, everybody deserves to survive, but we should be taking the best care of our veterans. For your service is very much appreciated, brother. I'm glad someone's coming out to chat with you. Are you bleeding? Am I bleeding? I don't know. Are you bleeding? Are you talking to me? I don't think so. I don't think I'm bleeding. I think we might be warm enough in here to actually... I'm going to move this to this side here behind that. Hopefully that'll help some heat get back towards the heater area. Tree FF, are you bleeding? I don't understand what you're talking about, M. Dizzle. Slow down today. Slow and steady. Not get ahead of ourselves. You know, the first time the heater didn't work last night. Here's our heater manual. But look, I probably should read that too for the code. I just assume I know what I'm talking about. But it's an awesome little heater. Like I said, the night before it worked great all night long in the driveway. I did kill the battery, but I ran it for 16 hours because I ran it when I got home. I went to sleep late and didn't wake up till about noon. So it ran from and it was still running in the morning too, even though the battery was too dead to start the car. After running it for 16 hours, it only used about a half a gallon of diesel fuel, and it ran for 16 hours, keeping it 60 degrees in here, which is I think is absolutely amazing. Are you bleeding? Wait, what is going on? Why would you think he's bleeding? Let me change these comments. Make sure change your chat filter, ladies and gentlemen, so we get all messages. Then we'll go from there. Hope I didn't miss anybody since I didn't. I'm lost too. OFFs. I don't know what you're talking about. FD. I think are you pulling this out of the ethos? I don't know. Slow and steady, nice and easy today. It's nice and freezing cold up here in the, past the Adirondacks, New York. I was thinking about doing a Dizzle. Good morning, Scott. Many blessings from Baltimore, Maryland. Love you, Scott. We love you too, Dizzle. We appreciate you. We're trying to get warm in the car this morning. Trying to troubleshoot what happened with the diesel heater last night. I'm pretty sure I know what happened. That nice thin little line that comes out of there. There's about a foot of line that runs outside. That's an 1/8 inch line. That diesel fuel probably solidified a little bit because it was so damn cold last night. Did you get stitched up? They made no sense. What made no sense? I don't know. Why you needed stitched? I am Brit with a brain. A Brit with a brain. MD is a nurse. Yes, she's concerned about you, Tree Farmer. Are you okay? May the God of everyone's understanding bless everyone reading this post tenfold. Thank you, Dizzle. May the God of your understanding be there with you today as we give thanks for the air in our lungs and the earth beneath our feet and this freezing cold tundra we find ourselves in. I think we're going to be all right. I'm pretty sure the heater is going to work fine as we move forward, but for right now, we're going to get back into making coffee at the camper car here soon. We got to start negating our costs for traveling since I don't have much, and we're going to give thanks for the opportunity to give thanks. Yes, Dizzle, that's a beautiful one. Thank you. Give thanks for the opportunity to give thanks for the ability to be here, to understand the God of your understanding's blessings is a blessing. To be human, to be alive, to understand our own mortality, which brings value to this moment. Tree Farmer, yeah, we're really concerned about you here. You got stabbed. Just to have the ability to be positive in someone's life going a long way, my people. Thank you, Dizzle. We appreciate and love you. We appreciate and love everybody who wants to come in and comment today. and share a little bit of what a little bit of how they give thanks and who they give thanks to, what word you put on it, whether it be Allah, whether it be God, whether it be Jesus, whether it be Sungwa Desai, all these words that we put on this thing, these different people put on this same entity that created us and gave us this ability to interact with its creation. As we know here, that's how Creator talks to us, through the way that creation folds out before us. And I think that maybe this whole gas tank thing was just kind of this slow down and listen, because my buddy did say I should put some kerosene in it, but he said, nah, you'll be all right. So I thought I'd be all right. Well, if I was on the road last night, I'd be running the car all last night. It would have cost me $20 to stay warm versus the $1 of fuel that we put in this cool little heater that we installed. And you can check that out in my shorts back there in the trunk. And like I said, it worked amazingly the first night. Tree Farmer says they cut out the inflammation when they saw my white coat was almost 20K. Oh, damn. My life sucks, bro. Seriously, Dizzle says. But Jesus keeps me going, brother. I could make everyone sad, but nobody can take away my positivity. Dizzle, thank you very much. So here's the thing, man. We weather the burden together, Dizzle. Whatever you have to say is a blessing for us, man. If you're struggling and willing to share it for us, that opens up the door for us to share. If you share what you're going through, even though you're taking it head on and you're turning it into positives, you could probably help somebody out there understand that they're not alone. There's somebody out there going through what you're going through. There's somebody out there cold today. There's somebody out there too hot. There's somebody out there hungry. There's somebody out there struggling with depression, addiction, and abuse, whether they're the ones in the midst of it or they love someone and don't know how to chat with them about it. And that's what we do here. We openly express ourselves so that we can weather the burden together. Because what I've realized is once we do open ourselves up and express ourselves fully, then it allows our brothers and sisters to open up too, and it's a blessing for everybody involved. No, Maria, I don't have any antibiotic. I do not even have running water. Sorry about that, M. Dizzle. Thank you for all the hearts and loves, yes, but if they are clean, they won't have stitched it up. Sally, we can all make sad here, Kentucky. Make sad. MD, this American, why don't use that? I don't know what you're talking about, W. Leave it open to heal. Don't do that. Don't tell him that. Weimer's not a nurse. Listen to M. Dizzle. She's the nurse here. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Scott. I am putting the coffee on now. No problem, brother. We're here with you, man. I messed up. I messed my life up as a young man, and as an adult, I'm paying for it. It's all my fault. But Jesus has his hands on me, bro. That's amazing, brother. If you don't mind, and not to dig up the past or anything, could you express that? I messed up my younger life too, man. I came from a place of violence and pain and abuse, and that's all I knew was to subside the violence and pain and abuse through drugs and alcohol as a younger man. And I destroyed everything around me through how I was, through how I handled my pain, and so I understand that, and I pushed a lot of people away, and I did it the wrong way for many years, but I've learned a lesson here, and through losing my brothers, through grief, through loss, through pain, through the anxiety struggle, man, it's a hard life out there, brothers and sisters, but we weather the burden together. Tree Farmer says, I was told I wasn't toxic shock. I wasn't toxic shock, and I needed to go to the emergency room immediately, but the ambulance would not take me the distance, so I paid for an Uber. Man, hashtag Tree Farmer, everybody here. I think Tree Farmer, could really use this vehicle, but I don't get to make that decision. I appreciate you. You're the one that's coming in and being a part of this conversation. There are people out there that are getting involved, and we do have a hashtag, a few other teammates, teams that we'll be discussing today. But hashtag Tree Farmer is the one that's in here having the conversation with us, and that means a lot. Um, I'm glad you were able to get there. They should have put a drain in it. Weimer is a cranky bitch. He's a cranky beach. I'm just kidding, MD. Just kidding. I have no idea. No father figure. I got arrested, started using drugs, and destroyed everything around me. It was me. And God, I pushed everything good in my life from everything bad to take over, but it led me. Yes, it led you here to this moment, right, brother? I didn't have a father figure either. My father left when I was a young man, which was probably a good thing. I thought it was a horrible thing as a younger man, but he put Al Smoke in my brothers and in my path, and Al, and gave me a father. That's why here, family is what you make it. Family is action over time here with all of us. And I love you for being here. I love you for expressing yourself, Dizzle. And yes, at this point, we take that and we move forward to the best of our ability. Thank you for expressing yourself, Dizzle. We appreciate you deeply. Hashtag tree farmer. The U.S. health system is shite. It is shite. For without a doubt, you got that. When I don't have insurance, MD, that's why the emergency care I would not give me a local shot made me the room. I would not give bad. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, tree farmer. They discharged me 2 hours away from my home at 2:35 a.m. and I had to get another Uber. So now I pretty much broke for the month, and the VA still can't get me a ride. So they are sending a nurse. Well, I'm glad they're sending a nurse for you, brother. I'm glad you're here talking to us. Hashtag tree farmer for the free car. You are a big part of this conversation, and that goes a far way, being a part of the conversation. We have hashtag tree farmer, hashtag Mark, Team Mark, who's in transition for a home in Georgia. We have hashtag Glue Huffer, who's a 16-year-old kid. He's a good kid. Despite his crazy name, he's funny. Could use a little help. And we also have hashtag T Adam, who's a struggling man. Adam too, but hashtag tree farmer is the only one in the conversation right now. So for me, it's hashtag tree farmer. I know that hashtag Team Mark has done a lot of communicating on our shorts, and has been involved with the community, but we haven't heard anything from Mark. Family is us talking like this, bro. Yes, it is, Dizzle. I would be cheaper to get a plan and come to the UK for treatment. Yeah, it probably would be. I'm ready, MD. yeah. The W needs some healing. He'll come to the UK. If I can do anything to help you, bro, tree farmer, I will. Let me know. Let Dizzle know, man. We're here for you the best we can. I'm not sure exactly how that translates. If you live in Maryland, I can make arrangements to try to get you to where you need to go. Dizzle, he lives in Kentucky. Maybe we could organize a way that we could help pay for these Ubers. I don't know how that would work. Maybe we could, I could cover an Uber for you one time, and Dizzle could cover an Uber for you another to get you to where you got to be. To make sure you get the treatment you need. I'm not sure exactly how that would work, but I'd be up for it. I'm sure that here we could use a little bit of the Next Right Thing fund that's in the Cash App. Maybe we could pay the Uber through the Cash App somehow. I'm not a tech savvy guy, so I don't know how that would work. I don't get it, tree. You go to your old barracks or something. Can you go to your old barracks or something? I don't know if that's how it works. I'm Dizzle. The tree farmer says, is there anybody who wants to help? You can Google Lex 18 News Station. They have had this story for months. I spoke to them 2 weeks ago, and they still have not come out. That's absolutely horrible. Maybe that's what we could do. Maybe that's what you could do, Dizzle, is get a hold of that station and let them know that you're a friend of tree farmers. We'd have to know your real name, brother. But yeah, call on tree farmers' behalf and be like, listen, we know this is going on with this veteran. who can't get back and forth and nobody's helping him and he's struggling. Like, you know, and we are concerned. Where were you stabbed and why, brother? Like, who stabbed you and for what reason, too? I mean, in the groin. Jesus. It's been a hell of a day today, huh? I'm sorry to hear about that. I am glad you're getting treatment. I'm sorry it's complicated. I'm sorry you can't readily get to the hospital. The VA sounds like they're trying to help, sending a nurse out. We do got to make sure we worry about getting you some food too, man. You know, I'd really like you to get a hold of some pantries and hopefully see if they can give you some help. I don't know if you're religious or spiritual, but that doesn't really matter with these churches. Like, they're not looking to make you do anything. I don't know where the try to start. Okay, here we go. We got this cool little starter here. This goes for our heater unit. Let's try to turn it on. Let's see. You can see it back there. See it back there? Let's see what happens. Okay, it's on. It's going to go through its cycle and try to pump. We'll see what happens. I don't know if you can tell. You can't even see that it's on, but it's on. Trust me, it's on. It is a beautiful white Winterland out there today here in Pulaski, New York. Or not Pulaski, we're not in Pulaski. We're in Potsdam is where we're at. We're in Potsdam, New York. And I'm hoping that this heater will want to click on. It runs for a little bit. The pump hasn't tried to start yet. It'll run for a little bit and then the pump will try to start. I'll turn the car off so we can hear when the pump starts. You hear a little click in the pump when the pump starts. No, Mama, the surgery was Wednesday. I am just draining a little now, which means they are closing. That's good, brother. DYI, I thought it was a TV antenna. Oh, back there? No, that's not a TV. That runs the heater unit. And the pump's still not clicking on yet. It'll take a minute or so. But we're going to head out here soon to the Mohawk Nation, get some good medicine for our journey to come. It's a nice sativa, you know, something that's lower in THC than what normal people like, and something that's higher in CBD, possibly something that's energetic and uplifting. With the ADHD I have, a good sativa helps to mellow me out. It's like a good cup of coffee. Just fluid. Keep the conversation going, guys. I appreciate you. What is coming out of the drain? Blood, pus, or both? Answer the question if you don't mind. Just fluid. But what kind of fluid is coming out? Okay. Can you guys hear that? The pump is attempting to work. So we didn't blow the pump out. It's not pumping out hot air yet. We do have it on the lowest setting, so I can't really see it back there. But if you look right back here is where the heater is, and it blows heat right out this way. I don't know if you can hear that click, click, click. Can you hear the click, click, click back there? I can feel the heat on my hand, or the air on my hand. It's not pumping heat yet. It seems like it's pumping normally, though, so hopefully it isn't overworking it. It's trying real hard. I don't think it's going to work. Come on, heater. Oh, she's pumping hard this morning. We're going to have to get some additives to throw in there, I think. If it smells bad, go straight to the hospital. Listen to M. Dizzle. She's a thing. A tree farmer. I do not have some medical training or combat school, so I am trying to clean and dress the wounds each day. There's no smell, and I don't have a fear, so I'm not freaking out. But my white coat was $20K, so damn, bro, that's a crazy white coat, brother. We are not. Ooh, we're still not getting heat, and that thing's clicking away like a son of a bitch. Let's get out for a second. See, what my concern is this right here. See how we got the fuel tank? It's this right here. Try to heat that up a little bit, maybe. Try to give it the old 127 and heat that line up a little bit. It doesn't sound like it's... can you hear the clicking? You can hear the clicking. Sounds like it's regulated. Let's get back in there. And that tube goes right down in the inside. And that goes, take a look underneath. There's our exhaust. Then up in there is where the lines go to the fuel tank. It sounds like it's kicking. I don't know. I mean, we'd have to get an additive to this. We'll finish we'll keep the conversation going here in just a minute. Let's see if it's pumping heat out now. Like I said, last night it was like negative 1,012 degrees out here, so ooh. Let's see if it's pumping heat. Nope. And damn it, that sucks. We're gonna have to get some kind of additive. Let's take a look back here. No, still ain't pumping heat. Oh, is it starting to pump heat? Ooh, I think we're starting to get heat, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. It's on 1. I think we're starting to get heat. See, and as you can see, there's the heater on the inside. You can hear the little click, see the little coloration down there by the end of the bed. It doesn't really seem to be heating up. Come on, warmness, come on. I feel like if we can get that diesel fuel pumping, we can get warm in here. But I'm losing faith that diesel fuel isn't gonna pump, because I'm still getting no heat out of this thing. It's 22 degrees Celsius in here. I don't know what that means, because we use Fahrenheit over here. But that's because I got the heater running. It does kind of seem like it's heating up a bit. Keep running the heat in here. I don't know. Then we'll get caught up in the conversation. We're gonna let that try to do its thing, and hope that it's igniting back there. I guess is the best that we can do. Let's get caught up on some comments here. Sorry about that, guys. The Galactic Avenger, IFV, yes, we're working on it. RP, hello from Russia. Hey there, RP. Sorry, it took me a minute. Just fluid. Yeah, it's just something it's been so cold. We're gonna let that run for a little bit and see if it doesn't kick up. I'll catch up on the chat right now. I did not have some medical training. We talked about that. Antibiotics, not a bad idea. Seriously, if you guys want to help, it would be a treasured help if you call the Lexington 18 news station and ask what they are doing about the man on the mountain in Pulaski County. I would like to, so anybody out there who's listening, if you guys want to make a difference, we have our friend Tree Farmer there who's supposed to have the news getting involved in this veteran, getting some help out there. He's told he makes too much for food stamps and they can't help him out with transportation. I'm not sure exactly how that works in Kentucky, man, but we should band together and try to, find some information. Maybe I'll look into that today myself and give them a call and see what they're planning on doing with the man on the mountain who needs help in Pulaski County. They said they'd come out and chat with him, and they haven't. Yes, the Galactic Avenger IFE. We're trying to get the heater working this morning. It wouldn't work last night because it was too cold, and I put diesel fuel in and not kerosene, which I should have. If your white blood cell count is 20K, you have an infection. No, he said his white coat was 20. I don't know what happened. Tree farmer has got an issue, a health issue we're trying to help him through. My name is Jason, and everyone knows about the timber wolves I have here on the mountain in Pulaski County. Yeah, sorry Scott, probably TMI, but the way I was having trouble walking. No, it's never too much information here, brother. Feel free to be open with us and communicate. It's straight that you were stabbed 4 times, including your groin. Who stabbed you? I'd like to know what's going on with that, brother. Like, are you safe? It's a hell of a kit. I should have put kerosene in it because I think the diesel solidified and it's causing issues. I'm still getting it. I'm gonna turn it off and give it some time. We're gonna let it do its thing. There ain't nothing much I can do about it besides, you know, wait for it to warm up, put some solution in, put some kerosene in the diesel, and hopefully that'll help cut it down. I've got a full tank though. I put another $5 in it last night. As you can tell from what it looks like outside, it's pretty damn full. MD, I was at the university. This is how Tree Farmer got stabbed up, I guess. I was at the university hospital and they had a technician who wasn't telling me his name exactly in the influence area. And before infection, sorry, I used the words stabbed. I'm sure everybody is. Oh, okay. So it's something that happened there at the hospital. They Rambo knife, LOL, but the man was using a scalpel. It felt like Rambo knife because all they gave me was a shot of lidocaine and said, hold on, hold still. Oof, god damn, dude. Oh, cool. So you had some antibiotics. It looks like he's got some help, but the help was, I currently agree, sativa, nicotine, and caffeine is what makes the world spin. I'm glad we're on the same page with medicines, brother. But I really want to figure out a way to help you. I think that you'll be a part of this conversation. It can help us make the decision, man. I really know that you're struggling. I know this car is a POS, right? But it runs, and it'll have a heater in it. It's got a heater. The heat works in the car. It's just, you know, they have like a camper car, you know. Even if I know that there's bare minimum out there that you have in Kentucky, maybe in those colder nights, the car would be somewhere for you to sleep that would keep you warm without issue. You know, if you put kerosene in the heater and not diesel fuel when it's super cold. Or put that additive in it. I have lidocaine and benzocaine, Diver says. Yeah, Mama, I was in the Marine Corps for 12 years, and I spent almost a year of that in Wonder Warrior program. I have familiar with a lot of kinds of stuff. That's awesome, brother. Well, we're really glad to have you here today. We really appreciate you sticking through, Tree Farmer. I know life's a struggle right now, brother. It seems like a struggle beyond belief at points, but we weather the burden together here. I hope Dizzle's still around. I really appreciate you being open today about your struggle, Dizzle. IFV, you're an amazing human being for coming in, and MD, thank you for caring for our brother. If anybody wants to take an action and get a hold of this news station and ask what's going on with our brother up there on the hill, that would help him a lot, because they're supposed to be doing a news story, I guess, to help him move forward. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just waking up. Let's try to do our best. It's ma'am, not mama. So let's use ma'am. Let's use ma'am, mom from now on. Mom. Okay, fair enough, Tree. I'm nosy. Well, we're concerned here. Hi, Chinese writing. If I'm not completely ignorant, how you doing? It's okay. I don't mind telling you, MD, LOL, and Besides, we need to keep the chat active up. Scott is live. It will increase the viewers' expertise. Yes, it will. Yeah, you guys keep on chatting, keep pushing forward, keep helping us grow. That's a huge thing. The Tree Farmer, you're absolutely amazing, man. And you being part of the community for me is really pushing hashtag Tree Farmer, man. I really, I'm kind of a diehard hashtag Team Mark for the car giveaway. Because I know him and he's a great dude, but like I don't get to make that decision, and you being here is a huge up. You're the only one that's running for the competition that's here with us having these conversations. My voice and text change, MD. The empty, my phone is not a smartphone, it's a dumb phone. Yes, I've got a smartphone, but I got a dumb brain. So it doesn't really work out that well all the time. But I hope everybody out there in YouTube land's having the best day as possible. If not, please share with us. We already had Dizzle come in this morning and express where he's at and how a God of his understanding has helped him push through despite what he's been and done in the past, which was an amazing blessing. It's hard to let go of the past. It's hard to push forward into the future when all these decisions we've made have weigh on us the way that they do. And I hope that you guys find a way to let go of yesterday and move into tomorrow with solace and reverence for the pain. The struggle that we're going through now makes us stronger without a doubt. And we can keep becoming stronger if we embrace the lessons that come along with the struggle. And know that the struggle is just as valid and maybe even more important than all the pleasure that we have in life. All this pleasure does is make us soft, right? We're content in the moment, and that's great to feel pleasure. It's great to feel content. It's great to feel loved in this beautiful oasis of serenity that we find ourselves in at times. But it doesn't, that doesn't help us grow. It's the struggle and the pain. It's embracing our brothers and sisters in their struggle that helps us grow. My voice to text. Yeah, I do the voice to text thing too. IFV. I got a smartphone, but I am a stupid person right now. Yeah, that's how I feel about the smartphone. It sounds like the pump is clogged. Try to engage froze lines. You should shut it off until it warms up. I did shut it off, brother. Does it normally click like that? Yeah, so it's supposed to, that's the sound of the pump. It'll click on the first setting. It'll click continuously. But when it clicks like that and it's not pumping heat, the line's clogged, right? So that's why I figured maybe heating it up in here would help. I got to put an additive into the fuel line, I'm assuming, to help to negate this happening. I hope everybody out there has got your medicine. I hope everybody out there is staying warm. Thank you, Tree Farmer, today for being such a positive light in this world, in this moment, despite the struggle. I know you're struggling hard there, brother, and I'm turning the corner. Hashtag Tree Farmer here. I still got to get to Georgia and get another vehicle before this will be possible. But stick with us, man. Stay in the conversation. Keep watching shorts and commenting, because like you do every time I comment, hashtag Tree Farmer, to help me acknowledge that you're out there spreading the word and working hard to grow this community, which you are. Like you even mentioned, you understand that this chat rate means a lot. So, that solidifies how much of give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. There we are. All right, ladies and germs, welcome back. Thank you guys for keeping each other entertained. I got a smartphone. I think it sounds like the pump. Yep, the pump is clogged. I think it's because the diesel fuel solidified a little bit because it got so damn cold last night. I'm gonna start using kerosene in the damn thing. A couple more, but it's like I only put 1.5 gallons in there, and the damn thing's full. So, what does 80 cents or 20 cents make? Does it normally click like that? It does. I want to let it keep clicking. Might wear out the pump. That's why I turned it off. Yep. Yeah, the diesel heaters click. I put my pump in the interior box under the wagon. So we wanted to put it inside too to help alleviate with this issue, like hopefully keep the pump warm and whatever. But we still got that 2 feet of line that run out of the tank into the car, and I think that's where it kind of solidified. It's in that hose. So maybe I don't know. I got a little, do I have that inverter with me? I got an inverter, and I got a, maybe Char's got a hair dryer that I could like hook the inverter up, plug the hair dryer into it, and kind of heat up that line, and get it rolling. Because once I get it rolling, then I could just let it roll until we have to let it roll all day, all night, so that it eats up like half the fuel, which will take forever because the thing lasts forever with the fuel. But then put in kerosene, because the kerosene will help for it not to solidify, I guess, unless you guys have other options. There was that Walmart option, that Tree Farmer. Yeah, a little bit of lovely medicine this morning. M Dizzle calling me out. That's why I said the line needs to be insulated. You're right. Yeah, maybe I can get a little insulating tube. But here's the thing: we won't need to insulate the line if we put kerosene in it. The kerosene will allow it not to gel up, I guess, is what happens to the diesel fuel, is when it gets so cold it gels up, and then our heater doesn't want to pump, right? Thank God that we're testing it out here at a friend's house. That's the whole point of today, testing it out. Well, not the whole point. We're going up to get some medicine at the Mohawk Nation. I wish I could bring you guys with me, but I try to make one short of where I go to get my medicine there, and it age restricted it, and it only got 3 views, which is the worst views I've ever had on this channel, even though my channel doesn't have the best views. So we're not going to do any videos up there, but we will be doing videos of the Ice Castle today at Saranac Lake. That'll be on the shorts. If you guys are new to the channel, most of the fun stuff's in the shorts. We got some long forms that are pretty interesting. I suggest you check out the playlist. Check a playlist that might seem interesting and watch through it, because all the fun stuff is in the shorts. That's what I've gotten good at. Scott's face. Oh yeah. Please keep the Avenger, Scott. It's time for this Avenger. We already know at least hashtag Tree Farmer needs this car. Hashtag Adam, hashtag Mark, hashtag Glue Huffer, which I feel like an idiot every time saying it, but he's a young kid who's got a funny name, but he's a good kid. We've got all these people that need this. Kerosene would be hotter anyway. Okay, I would risk melting it. I don't think it's going to melt. It's made for kerosene and diesel, man. So I don't think it's going to melt anything. My buddy's got the same exact heater in his can-hand camper. And like I said, we used this the other night at my house, but it wasn't like negative 5 billion degrees like it was up here last night. I won't risk of melting it. I don't think it would melt. Annie, AV, Vange, Annie Vange. Hope all is well. We hope all is good with you, Annie. We love your face. Sorry it took me so long to get to you. I'm glad you're here chatting with us this morning. Please double tap that screen. The popular is diesel heaters. I filled one of the truck a few years and the pump was annoying, so soundproof box, insulating underneath. Yeah, so I guess a lot of people suspend these little pumps, I guess, with rubber bands so that like the tick doesn't like, it doesn't really seem to bother me, man. When I'm in the car, maybe, I think I like that rhythmic tick, tick, tick is kind of good. Like for me, it relaxes me. So not that big of a deal with the tick, I don't think, until I'm trying to sleep in here and all I hear is tick, 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 right? Now, as long as I keep it on the lowest setting, when you crank it up, it's like tick, 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 which I probably shouldn't have done last night. I tried to do that a little bit. But pushing forward. Tree Farmer, there you are, brother. W. Tree Farmer says, Weimer is right. You have to insulate the fuel line where it comes out of the body but runs through the heater in the car. Should also help warm the fuel cell. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll get a little piece of insulation and then I got black tape and I'll just like put like a piece of foam or something around it. I've got some scrap pieces of this. Maybe I'll just take a scrap piece, because this is what I used to cover the windows. I made these to go over the windows, but I got little scrap pieces of this foam. Maybe I can just like wrap the line in that and then wrap it in black tape. Maybe that'll help to keep it insulated. I got some stuff like that at the house. That's a good call. So yeah, either way I'll insulate the line, but I got to put some additive in there. I use diesel or Caro. At least it's working with the pump noise. Yes. It's going to work again. It's just, like I said, it's way too cold. It's been too cold. And I think the bubble stuff would be great. This actually is window coverings now. I made these window coverings that I'm really proud of. I'm going to do a short on them. This is what we're going to block the windows with in our travels. And this will help keep, that first night it stayed relatively warm in here. But I think it'll be toasty with these things so that we're not, the heat isn't just getting sucked out all the windows, Because right now, like, it stayed relatively warm, but like his camper stays warmer on setting 1 than this car did. And I think that's because of all the windows. So I've got that at home. So hopefully we'll be able to get it to work by tonight. If not, I don't know what to say. Keep doing my best to do the next right thing to the best of my ability. Get up there and get some good medicine. It's been an hour today. That's all I really wanted to. I'm glad you guys sticking with the shenanigans. I love your faces. Progress, not perfection. If I woke up perfect today, there'd be no point in going on. And all these other beautiful things that Hawanase, whispers to us from the other side. Let's weather the burden together today. Slow and steady, nice and easy, spreading hope and appreciation. Don't forget to share this live to anybody who might need a vehicle, to share the 10-minute live to anybody who might need a vehicle, because we will keep giving that away. Don't forget to do the next right thing for you, your family, and your community in that order today. It's time to get out there and take care of yourself. Be positive, be appreciative, be hopeful that today will be better than the last. And know that the love you bring into this world will echo farther than you can see. It'll exceed your reach, and it'll exceed your wildest expectations if you let that love flow through you today. Yeah, so that's the game plan. I'll bubble wrap it when I get home because I have those extra pieces at the house. And I'm not sure. Go to the nation, the Mohawk Nation. If you're in New York, you need some good medicine, some cannabinoids. I highly suggest you go up to the Mohawk Nation. Google Bears Den. It'll put you right on the in the Mohawk Nation. It'll bring you right to the nation, and you'll see 1,000 dispensaries as you drive onto the nation. You'll see, we go to the Exotica. $50 zippers, $100 zippers, $150 zippers, all depending on what you want. It's an amazing place. The natives up there, spreading this amazing medicine. In New York, you can definitely get you can do it recreationally. You can get a medical card, but even if you go to a normal place anywhere besides the nation, the price is just is crazy. You can't get $50 zips anywhere. They have discount like $30, $40 zips. M Dizzle, her phone died. The Mike Drizzle, the OG Dizzle. M Dizzle. MD, we appreciate having a nurse on call today. We appreciate Tree Farmer for coming in and expressing himself. Dizzle, especially today, for coming in and expressing his way out through the pain, his way that he digests it and moves forward and gives thanks for the struggle and how he doesn't hold it against himself. He's found love for himself through a God of his understanding, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And yes, great minds think alike. We're here together to spread love, hope, and appreciation, and every single day. Take that with you. That's our job here as caregivers and as warriors. I think that all great men and women are a combination of both. All great men and women are caregivers when the time calls for it, and warriors when the time calls for it. I implore you to be the warrior when the time calls for it. Say the thing that's hard to say to someone you love, especially, because that's when it's the hardest. Don't be afraid of losing them, because life's a long thing. I'm really starting to realize that. I said it to my, the person we talked about recently that is going through a lot. I said they'd never talk to me again because I'm trying to help them and they don't want it. But I know that, loving somebody and doing the next right thing and doing what's good for them is going to help me not live in regret. That's the biggest thing. You might not be able to change the people that you're talking to, that you say the right thing, that you make the phone call to try to help them. It might not change their lives. It probably won't. They're humans. But what it will do is it'll alleviate the regret that you'll have to live in because you could have done something. That's Mid Polo. Abdizzle, we love you, Abdizzle. We love all of you. And thank you to all my brothers and sisters for popping in today. I got to get rolling. We got things to do. Then we got the ice castle, and then this and that, and I got to get home. I got to work on this pump. and that issue there. Maybe I'll drain some of the diesel out of it. I've only got about yay much, and I don't know if that would be enough if I just filled it the rest of the way. What do you guys think? It's like, let's take a look at that real quick. Tell me what you guys think. If I just filled it up the rest of the way with kerosene, would that be enough to kind of mix it so that it wouldn't gel up? So that kerosene won't gel up, because there is a good chunk there that we could put probably, $1 or $2 worth of kerosene in there, because that, I believe, is the problem. That's getting so cold it's gelling up, and it's not allowing our pump to work. But there's the old Galactic Avenger, the car we're giving away in the giveaway. The plexiglass back window comes with it. It's been on there for 6 months. It ain't going nowhere. Comes with all this beautiful artwork. And like I said, the heater works, the AC works. We are giving this car away. Let's go over it a little bit. You can check it out. Look, there is no door panel, so I can get the window up. There's little things like that. There's no power steering fluid, but I've become accustomed with it, and I'm kind of using that as my workout, Oh man, gonna miss that wagon. Yes, you're gonna miss it. This thing was given to me by Jimbo. Not given to me, but I bought it to him for $1,800 about 5 years ago. The thing doesn't owe me any money. It's taken me everywhere, and it's going to take somebody everywhere. It's going to help Tree Farmer get to his appointments if we decide it's Tree Farmer who gets it. I'm going to the Discord now. Thank you, Tree Farmer. We can talk more intimately there at the Discord. But everybody hold on today. Spread love, spread hope. Misled Utopia, so the heater stopped working. So it got so damn cold last night. I came out here about midnight, and I tried to run it a couple times, and it wouldn't work. But hashtag Tree Mark, we were just talking about Mark. Tree Farmer was just talking about his struggles. But we were, you got to get Mark in here if you really want to advocate for him. The Tree Farmer's going to take it. That's just how it's going to be, because he's involved in the conversation on a daily basis, and I'm pretty sure that sways the, is going to sway the vote in his direction when the time comes. And we appreciate you liking, we appreciate you subscribing. But anyway, so the diesel fuel, I guess, when it gets really cold, solidifies just a little bit, it gels up, and then the pump can't pump it. That little bitty hose I was just showing you guys, I'm pretty sure is the problem. We can go ahead and mix kerosene in with that, and hopefully I can get it running before that. We're going to insulate that tube with some of these scraps I got from these window covers I made. If you guys are interested, let me know. You think I should show the short? I made some videos of how I made these window covers, and exactly how it insulates and blocks off. If you guys think that would be an interesting short, let me know. Liked. Every new beginning is the end of something else. There's a song that I forget the name of the song, but there's always this phrase that hit me that I remember being younger and be like, I want that on my tombstone. I know it sounds morbid, but like, every new beginning comes from some other new beginning's end. I forget, if you know the song, please let me know. I'd like to, every new beginning, closing time, that's the song. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning. That's the one. Yeah. Closing time. Every new beginning comes from some other new beginning's end, and that's it. When the door closes on an opportunity in your life, it's going to open other opportunities. Like I've always said, God doesn't just grant these miracles out of the blue. What he'll do is open the door and give you the ability to walk through it, but you have to have the strength to walk through that door. For a lot of us, I'm glad that it does work this way for a lot, because I've seen it. For a lot of people, Catholicism works because it does. That it works for them in that moment. And then the ones of us that try to lean into it, it doesn't work for. We feel like, God doesn't love us because it works for them, right? But God does love you. Maybe you're meant for a little bit more of a struggle than somebody. Maybe your path is somewhere else. Messenger Chris is an amazing human being, and I really wanted to be a part of his family as a younger man, as a real young man, and that just didn't work out for whatever reason, and it kind of, but then I met this great Native American man who took me in and helped me become something more. Shared, thank you, always there. Misled Utopia, hashtag Team Mark. Discord doesn't work for me, I only have Weimer on it. The Discord doesn't work. You got me on the Discord too. What's the Discord? We're gonna have to get somebody to let you know. Maybe put it in the comments of this when it becomes alive. Tree Farmer, I am not sure I have the right Discord. There's never anyone there. Yeah, there's never anybody on it. Semisonic, Omar, it's good to see you this morning. Did I miss you? Did you already say something and I missed it? Omar, you did. We have a Discord. We do have a Discord. We'll put it in the description, in the comments of this. Let me get caught up on the comments, and then we'll go from there. Day, right? Supposed to spend the night in the car last night. Didn't work. But we're that's the whole point of testing it, right? Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's why we came out here to spend a night in the car, so we'd have that couch to sleep on if it didn't work out, and it didn't. Semisonic. I got some doors closing soon. Yes. So we embrace that. We embrace the change, Misled Utopia, and I'll be there with you, brother. You're my brother, spiritually, without a doubt. The first brother, second me. Jimmer has always been my cousin, and I loved him, and he was there for me after the boys died, man. But like, Rob and Steve love you, man. They love you for caring for me as a brother. They love you for the great human being you are, and I love you for that. And I'm here with you. So when that door closes real soon, reach out to your brother, and we've got a game plan. It's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right. We got to wind it down right to this moment sometimes. It's really hard to do that. What am I going to do? We got all this going on. Well, we can just pull it right back to right where we are. We're right where we are, right? Pull it back to this moment. Omar, I'm going to get to you in a second, brother. I'm sorry I haven't responded to your comment. But no matter what situation you're in, you got to wind it down to what you can do right now, where you're at right now. What's the best thing for everybody involved for you to get through this moment? And hope for a resolution to come eventually. That's all you can do. Omar, I gotta create my own path. Yes, you do, Omar. But you also got to lean on your brothers and sisters. They'll help you define their path. You can join with your brothers and sisters so that you can define your path. MD just texted me something. If you could put the Discord, or whoever is part of the Discord, and I'll pin it or something, or put it in the comments, please, somebody, when this becomes a thing. Hey everyone, someone shoot me a link to the Discord. Will work properly. Mylar insulator will work perfectly. Yeah, thank you, Tree Farmer. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the old window coverings to make like an insulating thing for the tube, and we're going to use black tape and I'll do the whole thing underneath and everything. And maybe I'll even wrap the tank, and I'll use that reflective material, this window covering stuff, and I'll wrap the tank in it, and then I'll wrap it in duct tape to help insulate the tank as well. But we are going to start putting kerosene in the damn tank. It's I was told it's a little bit more expensive. I didn't even look. But yeah, maybe we'll start putting kerosene in the tank. But we're learning and growing, right? It didn't work out perfectly last night. I wasn't able to sleep in the car. And believe me, by the time I got out here, I was exhausted. I really wanted to sleep in the car. I was really excited, nerding out about my little tree fort here, the Galactic Avenger. And I wanted to stay in it, but I couldn't. I took my pillow and blanket, and I went and I stayed on my friend's couch, because that's why we're here, to test out the Galactic Avenger. Yes, that worked perfectly. And I don't know why we can't get anybody. I don't know anything about the Discord. We'll have to get you on there, Misled Utopia. If you don't know about Misled Utopia, check out their channel. Beautiful musical medicine. I use a lot of their music in my shorts. If you watched any of my shorts, you've heard Misled Utopia without a doubt. They deserve love, appreciation, and hope. Yeah, keep in mind we're giving away this Galactic Avenger. There's a 10-minute live giving away the car, how it works. Check that out. Send that link to people that might need it. Which we have the additive mixture in kerosene, or it's in cool temperature that keeps the diesel liquid. Yeah, that's the kerosene will keep it liquid when and that's what my buddy said too. He installed it, and he's like, man, maybe put it with kerosene because it's going to be so cold. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. And of course, I just do, and then when it click last night, I knew it wasn't working. That's the first thing I thought. I tried to heat up the lines with my hands, get it flowing. It was like negative 5 billion degrees out last night. So, Omar, hi, farmer. Thank you, Omar. Hey, what's up, Omar? I appreciate you guys communicating. Appreciate you guys. That's what we do here together. We weather the burden together. Slow and steady, nice and easy, with love and compassion in our heart. We're not gonna bottle up the pain today. We're not gonna lock it into that condensed, hole in our chest that just gets bigger and bigger until it's so full that it explodes, right? We're gonna let that struggle go today. And we got a brother over there in the truck who's got aluminum tape on his window just like I do. I can almost not believe it. Look at this here. It's coming around the corner. Is he coming over here? Here he is. You'll see him in a second. He's coming. No, maybe not. There he is. What's up, brother? Brothers in arms right there. That's fucking awesome. But yeah, that's how we do. I got the little aluminum foil there too on the car, on my window, because that one won't go up. And I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Anyhowsen. Yeah, nice guitar. Yeah, you guys check out the short I made with Miss Lady Joby? That was amazing. Anyway, a lot going on today. Don't know what I do with my hat. Here's my thing. We got to get myself medicated. Got to get myself moving. Got to get myself prepped and ready. Got to go visit the nation and get myself the medicine that I deserve. This nice sativa for me that works with my ADHD to keep me mellow. Acknowledge the medicines in your world and acknowledge when those medicines become poison. You can find a beautiful medicine and overuse it, become a poison. You can find the exact right cannabis that works for you, and too much will be too much. You can find the right medication that works for you and your mental health issues, and too much can be too much. Do that for me today too. Keep in mind what you're taking, and the doctor doesn't know you as well as you know you and how something makes you feel. So if it's too much, get them to knock it down. A medication shouldn't get you feeling wobbly and up. It shouldn't be numbing you out. It should be helping you find a level keel. And you might be an oddity like me where it takes very minimal amount. I mean, this last medication that I allowed them to put me on, they want me on 150 milligrams. I mean, that's way too much. They knocked it down. It was still too much. I had to force them to knock it down again. And now I'm taking this medication, and I don't feel wobbly or weird. I feel, it's helped with the anxiety immensely and this bipolar nature that I have, and it's helped me find a level ground. But you've got to find what works for you, and don't listen to the doctor today. Listen to your doctor. I'm not saying don't listen to him completely. He's got to help you find medication. He's got to whatever. But nobody knows how you feel on the inside. And I'm telling you, if you're taking medication and you're fucking this, the medication's too much, man. You need less of that medication, or possibly a different medication. You don't need to be fucking drooling on yourself, man. To be honest with you, one of my big stigmas with taking medication was my mother. And how she used to, when she'd go in these spurts of taking her medication because of her bipolar nature, and she'd take when she was on the low, she'd take all this medication when she was on the low end of her bipolar, and she'd be drooling on herself. And she'd be like, I'm like, what did you take? She'd be like, my medication. And she'd give me a list of what she took, and I'd be like, you're taking this shit all at once? Like, you don't ever take this shit. Like, now you're stressing and you take it all at once, and you're fucking drooling on yourself. It's too much, and that's, and plus as a child, being overly bombarded with medication. I don't know how people feel about kids taking CBD, because it's an isolate of a cannabinoid, but it's not intoxifying. And I think that if I could have been taking CBD as a child, that could have helped with the anxiety a lot, because it helps me a lot as an adult. So CBD is great for anxiety. Talk to your doctor. I'm not going to give any advice on what medication you should take if you want to try medication, but I think that no one would hold it against you if you use the crutch while your leg was broken, right? And no one's going to hold it against you if you use a crutch while you're trying to level off the emotions inside your own mind, so that you can function like a normal human being. And just because you take medication doesn't mean you have to take it forever. It might. Maybe it's to the point where you have to take it, but that's you have to evaluate that on an individual level. Hey, what's up, Omar? Nice guitar. I'm glad you guys loving each other's faces out there. Check out the channel. Do your due diligence today, and put some effort in on the channel. Miss Lady Utopia, we got to get Mark into the conversation, because we are going to be leaving here soon, and it'll be about a month to 6 weeks probably before we give the car away. Once we got to get another car and everything. But Tree Farmer, as far as I'm concerned, is taking it right now, because he's in the conversation, and he's commenting on videos, #Tree Farmer, but he's commenting on the video for what it is, just like you are for Mark. But I don't think that without Mark here to advocate for himself, I don't think it's really going to help, in the long run with him getting the car, because Tree Farmer is involved. He's struggling today. He could use the car, Ken, Jane, Tech, Ken, we love your face, Ken, you rock. Where are you, Ken? Are you in the United States? I think I already asked this if you're my buddy Ken, and I don't think you are. Anyone? So it just popped up. Hang on a second, guys. The Discord. Anyone gets in here, check the video. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not a Discord, whatever. Austin, Texas. All right, so you're not my buddy, Ken. But Ken's a good name. Good, strong name, Ken. I hope you're doing great today. If there's anything you need to express, please do it now. So that we can take a little time and help you through whatever struggle or blessing. Please invite us into the blessing of the day or the struggle. Either one is going to help us grow, and it's going to define our relationship as family here, because it's time and effort. It's effort over time. That's the equation for family. A lot of people, blood equals family, but I'm here to tell you that if someone treats you like family, protects you, loves you, and guides you, they're your family, and they deserve that. You too, always enjoy a blessing. Damn straight, Ken. We enjoy you being here, blessing us. Like I said, the more that we all share, the more we all can be blessings for each other. The more that we can show the algorithm too, that we want to be here. The more conversation we have going, the more times we share the live, actually share it. The more that we do here on the channel to watch and interact. There's some awesome stuff. Coffee Talk's absolutely amazing. Check that out. We're gonna be making a couple more Coffee Talk episodes here when I get down to Georgia. We got a whole lot of plans to really expand the YouTube channel when I get to Georgia. For now, we're just going to keep it the same format, some shorts. All the fun stuff's in the shorts. Check out the playlist. Check out my playlist, My Car, The Galactic Avenger. That's what we're giving away. And you got the heater going. Bun's out here with me right now in front. So we got the heater rolling. Good. Another little dilemma at the house. My buddy who's watching the house stayed at the house last night. And I put a fan in the window when we're all there smoking cigarettes or whatever, and they didn't take the fan out of the window. So last night it got real cold. They took the fan out of the window this morning, shut the window, and put the fan blowing onto the heater, and it blew it out. So, but they just got the heater running again. There's not much more I could do than that, than talk to them like I did earlier. But that's good. It's a tool. Austin, Texas. IFV. It's a tool. I am a tool bag 5006. Anyway, it's time to get going. I love you all, but we got a medicine run and then some ice castles to go see. So check out my shorts later on. There'll be an ice castle in there. Maybe I'll make a short about how I made the blockers for the windows. There is a short on there installing the pump that we put into this car, our camper car, to keep it heated. Don't forget, I love your faces. You're part of something bigger. You are a member of the Turtle Herd if you've subscribed here. If you aren't a member of the Turtle Herd, you're still loved. Slow and steady, we weather the burden together to the best of our ability, despite the struggle in this world, as we share our struggle, knowing that it allows our brothers and sisters to share their struggle, which frees us all just a little bit from the pain. With that being said, I'm off like a herd of turtles. I love your faces. We'll do an update. We'll do another thing tomorrow morning. Hopefully we can sleep in the car tonight. We'll find out. But I'm off like a herd of turtles. Talk to you guys soon. Misled Utopia, if you're listening, brother, you know I'm only a phone call away. And W, if you're listening, we need the Discord in the description of this when it becomes a long form alive in my page, so that anybody can just check in the comments to how to get to the Discord is what we need. Anybody who can give us a link to the Discord. But with that being said, I love your faces, and I'm off like a herd of turtles.